With your indulgence, I want to bring this information to your attention and this house. When the government proposed to us to accept its policy shift of RAPEX, we were assured that all the staff and employees were going to be paid their terminal benefits. Madam Speaker, I have come across many former employees who are now desperate, in anguish, and despondent because they have not been paid their terminal benefits. Their children are not going to school. A few of them have been stressed to the extent that they have undergone stroke. They are sick. And this government had convinced us, and we agreed to that proposal, thinking they were acting in good faith. And the Ministry of Finance is here. Madam Speaker, my prayer is that the Ministry of Finance and government clarifies on how many, whether public service, okay, government represented by the Honorable David Bahati, speaks to this nation on the fate of the employees of the former agencies that were rationalized, that are staying at home without money to go to hospitals, without money to pay their children's school fees, without even food, to the extent that they are falling ill, dropping day by day. Madam Speaker, I beg that this matter is addressed.
Government.
Madam Speaker, the Minister for Public Service presented a paper on Monday updating Cabinet on the progress we are making with RAPEX. How many institutions have been merged fully, the staff that have been compensated, those that have not been compensated, those that were taken over by the new institutions. And we discussed this matter, and I request that the Minister for Public Service comes next week, Madam Speaker, with your permission, to update the House on the progress we are making, the challenges and the way forward, and the solution to those challenges. I beg to move.
Honorable members, on 29th January 2025, the Honorable Attorney General gave a legal opinion to the Minister of Public Service on severance pay for former staff of the dissolved Uganda National Roads Authority staff. That is one of them. And I don't know if members have this copy of the legal opinion. However, the opinion, the members, the staff, former staff, are not in agreement with the opinion, and most of them have gone to court over this legal opinion, because for them, they say they should not be given compensation. That's what the Attorney General says. But what we can do, we wait for a report from Public Service entity by entity. We want entity by entity, because you said you are ready. You are ready. You brought certificates of financial implications. We agreed and we said, okay, if you want it, have it. And now that you failed to pay these people, we don't want these people to continue suffering. And yet these people have worked for this country. These people have worked for this country. And what we need is fairness in the whole process. We need fairness in the whole process. Let's have a report on people who have been paid, those who are pending, and what kind of payment are we talking about. Yes, government.
Madam Speaker, we shall bring the report on Tuesday next week, detailing institution by institution. Clarification?
And the process of absorption, there are members who are supposed to be absorbed in the parent ministries. The process of absorption is as chaotic as that of REA. We need that process to be done in a smooth way. You cannot say, because I have been working in this institution, so you should go through public service again. How? I thought you are absorbing me because you've taken over the job that the institution. So I am going to be absorbed in that department in the ministry. Huh?
My clarification means as you are allowed. Madam Speaker.
No, I am still communicating.
Madam Speaker, from the report received from the Minister of Public Service, he appears to be on top of the situation. And he raised a number of challenges and also the solutions to those challenges, including those issues that we are talking about, Madam Speaker. So on Tuesday...
On top or under? To the best of our knowledge, is under the station. It's not on top of the station. Because we have so many people out there crying. People are supposed to be absorbed. People are supposed to be paid, those ones whom they think are not. We need a report. Yes, there is information from Odoro. Atkins, I'll give you to speak, don't worry.
Madam Speaker, the Honorable Bahati was in charge of Ministry of Finance. There is a serious ripple effect arising of people suddenly losing their jobs and losing their spending power. One of the reasons why the inflation is going up, it's because people are now home, they cannot spend, they have lost their jobs. And soon the economy, the minister here, soon this economy is going to suffer because of that. But the major point is, if you come to Parliament, a serious institution, and then explain to us that allow us take this policy shift because we have the money, and then when Parliament has done its part, you go and renegade on that agreement. You go and refuse to pay those people. You make Parliament look unserious. Because we ask this question, some of the agencies, you are even in a hurry. The minister here even suspended some rules and said we are ready to implement as soon as tomorrow. And the money is available. So who has eaten the money meant to pay the terminal benefits of those people? Who? And you are known for being very corrupt. This government, the IGG's report says that, have you eaten the money, the terminal benefits? Have you eaten the money? They should explain that, Madam.
And first of all, it is not about eating the money. It is about absorption of these people. Once you fail to absorb, that's when you pay them the terminal benefits. So let's have a report to that effect on Tuesday.
In addition to that, you see...
Rule 2222.
Yes, government did not stop working.
I am referring you to a rule. I have already made a decision. I have already made a directive. So...
But Madam Speaker, it was useful. Yeah, because roads are broken. You need to work on our roads.
Can you sit? I put a man who like quarreling. I mean,
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Atkins.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. First of all, I want to wish our Muslim brothers and sisters a happy month of Ramadan. And number two, Madam Speaker, before I make my point, I want also to join you, Madam Speaker, in congratulating the Deputy Speaker upon that coveted position. And that position, Madam Speaker, has brought out the leadership in you, the real leadership in you. Because who else? I mean, you're the Speaker. Somebody else would have like, okay, a position of chairperson, I want that too. But Madam Speaker, you've demonstrated, and I think that is a challenge for everybody, that this world is about bringing our heads together for a common good. Madam Speaker, I don't know whether it would not serve us a real good to aggregate these compositions that are scattered all over the country. Kasese inclusive, Madam Speaker. 1996, the ADF came, attacked Kasese municipality, burned the cars and houses. Madam Speaker, they've never been compensated. Madam Speaker, same community or same Kasese in Kitoro sub-county, 10 L1 leaders were murdered in cold blood in their internal organ thrown in their face for one crime because they...
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, now, I would rather, because compensations are all over the country, including TESO, Madam Speaker, can we have these aggregated and consolidated, brought here, so that we can find money for these people? But the reason why yesterday you did direct the Attorney General to come and give us a full account of what exactly happened with the NUP raid, the commanders that were involved in the raid, who sanctioned the raid, and why surely the raid would occur without the owners of the premises and then without a court order.
The report will be brought, Honorable.
Can we have, thank you so much.
We are going to have it. Honorable members, I would be unfair to only congratulate my deputy. I also want to congratulate Honorable Enos, who has been made the treasurer of Africa under CPA. Is a treasurer for the whole of Africa under CPA, and you can say something.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Before he comes,
let him say something. Honorable members, Honorable Asimwe has been representing me in the CPA, and I told him I have a lot of work here. The position that was supposed to be mine of a treasurer for the whole of Africa, I had to give it to yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First and foremost, the other day when I was making the report for that particular conference where I was elected as treasurer, I passed on my gratitude to you and the office of the Speaker for giving us the opportunity to always represent our country and of course Parliament on your behalf. Most of the